If you are still having a hard time defeating IGRIS on Solo Leveling Arise, then watch this. Watch this video until the end to understand just how important it is to know what break gauge is, how to dodge, the importance of doing a perfect dodge and activating Shadow Step. This video will take a while, but this will benefit you not just with IGRIS but with future bosses as well. So I saw comments on both my videos and livestream that global players are stuck on dealing with Chapter 8 final episode. We all know that Light Element has an advantage against IGRIS, so we'll be using the free light weapon, Lustrous Dragon Sword, and the Radaru Light Bow, which you can get from your pools. Also, the Demon Knight Light Spear is a good alternative. Do not ignore SR weapons that has elemental advantage against certain stages. Not all of them are bad. Alright, I adjusted my stats to the total points that I have on day 2 of my account on Global. You can check the video on my bio. Our goal is to maintain a 90% perception all throughout the game. Here's why perception is important. To those who don't want to read, it increases your minimum damage dealt to enemies. For the skills, I'll be using multi-strike with the water rune, which you can get for free by defeating Cerberus on episode 5 and crushing blow level 2. For the artifacts, I'll be using the free ones that we received via mail. I removed the boots since it's already a level above and I already sold the old one. For the hunters, I'll be using Chaehaein, Minbyung-go, and Yu Jinhu. Alternative hunters you can use are Jo Kwan and Baek Yeonhu. Things you need to do against IGRIS is to learn when to dodge, when to use your skills and weapon skills. Perfect dodge or extreme evasion is very important as it activates Shadow Step, then gives the enemy a decrease in defense to a maximum of 60%. When an attack is coming, you dodge at the last second. This might be hard at first, but once you get how it works, things will be more easier. Also observe boss attack actions to identify when to press dodge. You can also see a red indicator that a boss will use a signature attack. Practice this as much as possible. I would suggest on making IGRIS as your training dummy since he deals bleed. If you don't know how to dodge, you'll die faster as it deals continuous damage, especially when you stacked it 3 times. Now let's discuss break gauge. The yellow bars you see below the boss's health points. When break gauge is up, you deal less damage, that's why you need to break it. If you look a bit below the break gauge, you'll see a green indicator which lets you know that the gauge is up. When all the yellow bars are gone, a red indicator will show, and that means the break gauge is down. And then another white indicator will show up which lets you know that the boss is on the break state at which you will deal more damage. Be on the lookout for this indicator. If it starts to blink fast, that means the break gauge will soon regenerate. Next question, when to use your player skill, weapon skill, and hunter support skills. Use your player skill as much as possible only for reducing the gauge. You can use it sometime, but make sure that it is ready when the gauge is up. Use your hunter's skills to increase your damage or for additional break damage. You may also time on using them when you are about to use your ultimate skill. IGRIS has a move where when his health points reach X20 or X19, he will then shout and will be invulnerable to all attack and your ultimate, so avoid doing that. And for much easier experience, bring in hunters that has good elemental advantage and good support skills. For example, Minbyung-go's support skill increases my damage and Jinhu's skill is break. Check out your hunter's support skill and read them. Don't be lazy. For weapon skills, you can use them anytime. With the elemental advantage, your damage dealt to the boss should still be decent. Also take note of the buffs and debuffs your hunters, weapons and enemies give. With all that's said and done, please enjoy the fight I had with IGRIS and don't forget to follow.
In the sand, walking with you on this island, guided by the grip of your hand. I can feel you holding my world. Ang ba itong nadarama? Oh, shucks, ito ba'y pag-ibig na? Ang baka ba ang